right, so zero delay. Lots and lots of NFL stuff that doesn't involve this silly team in this town. It's the NFL Blitz. So let's get this Blitz in the mix.
Let's go! We have time for one more.
All right.
We might as well. Why does it always seem like wide receivers are the biggest divas?
Pants, the silks.
Nice job on the Blitz, Mike. All right, what do you got?
Question one. Is Matthew Stafford the biggest problem for the... No, I'm just...
Oh, my God, no more. No mas.
All right. Respond to this. The Steelers are a legit Super Bowl contender this year with or without Le'Veon Bell.
Agree. I could see them in the AFC Championship game. I could. And honestly, I think the way New England has played multiple times this year where Brady's looked every bit of 41, the weapons, Gronkowski's just not himself. He's hurt. Yeah, Steelers right now, man, when they got that trio of weapons going and now it's a quartet with Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't mind it. Yeah, I'd put Pittsburgh in the conversation. They'll still get beat by my Chargers, but that's okay.
Well, I'm going to go out of order here because this transitioned so nicely into a question about the Patriots since you just mentioned Gronk.
Yeah.
Patriots lost 34-10 to the Titans. New England's a team you've talked about all season. Simple question. Who are they? Are they a true contender this year?
You know what? It happens every year you pick against them. They end up in the Super Bowl. It's just what they do. But look, they looked so bad in multiple games so far. I mean, the Lions game, they looked awful. Brady looked awful. The Titans destroyed them. Do I really think New England is going to go to Arrowhead or New England's going to go to Pittsburgh? I just don't. And I'll tell you why. A big reason is Gronk is dead. He's not Gronk. Like, he may be playing, but it's like Lewerke status. He's hurt. And he just can't run, and he can't be himself. And I don't know that Brady at 41 in a big-time game can overcome that. I'll say no. I think they're fourth best in the AFC. I just can't.
Fury touchdown.
All right, so with the Browns, seems like we're always talking about Baker Mayfield, right? Probably rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, he's entertaining.
But I want to ask you about Nick Chubb. 174 rushing yards last weekend against the Falcons. No cute question, but do you think Nick Chubb can be a big-time running back in this league from what you've seen?
My only concern with him was the horrifying injury in college where his leg went the wrong way. It's a big-time back, man. I love the draft pick. I had no problem with it.
And that's probably why they were so confident trading Carlos Hyde away.
Well, exactly. And look, you can make fun of John Dorsey, but he got in there and he's done a nice job personnel-wise. Now, he better make a good coaching hire. But, no, I love Nick Chubb, man.
Record set this weekend, Julio Jones, fastest receiver to 10,000 yards, topped Calvin Johnson's record. True or false, Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in the NFL? If not, who? Who are you?
Yeah, I mean, you probably make a case DeAndre Hopkins. You make a case Antonio Brown. I can't put Julio number one because if you're the number one receiver, you can't go a year without scoring a touchdown. Can't do it. He's certainly top five, and he's a fabulous player. But, no, number one, not for me.
Past weekend, Steelers scored 52 points. Saints scored 51 points.
What did Hatchet write this Blitz?
No, this is Steelers.
This is like David's erotica. He puts this on before bed.
Okay, Team X scored 52 this weekend. Team Y scored 51.
Yeah.
We had two teams, most points this season, 52 and 51 respectively. Are you still in love with the offensive explosion we've seen so far this season?
This is the single best year of NFL football in my life. It's the most entertaining week in, week out of any time in my life. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic.
We talked about Dez, so I have to ask you about this. Now, it's an NFL story. It's not a huge story, but it's a story. Do you agree with this statement? Brandon Marshall edition for the Saints is like Dez Bryant, but with less risk and less reward for the Saints.
I just think both guys are totally washed. I don't think Dez Bryant or Brandon Marshall can play in this league. No.
That offense?
Dude, you got to remember something, Mike. When guys just bounce team to team to team, it means they suck. I mean, it's like the Giants signed Corey Coleman, the former first-round pick. He's on his fourth team in 3 years. He ain't no good. So, no, I mean, Brandon Marshall, if he could play, don't you think Seattle would have used him? They're dying for wide receivers out there. I don't think he's any good, just like Dez Bryant. Not any good.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle, Jets, Giants, right?
Right, nobody wants him. You know why? He's old.
All We haven't had a question about John Gruden in a while on the Blitz.
Oh, great.
But with John Gruden, he had a quote, "I feel Mark's pain about the lousy season." How much longer do you think this John Gruden experience in Oakland's even going to last?
Years.
Do you think he'll be there through all 10 years?
Oh, I think he's White Hugh Jackson.
I mean, this is a mess, though.
Oh, yeah. He's Hugh Jackson with a bowl cut. It's a mess. He's Mark Davis's best friend.
There's no way he lives out. He stays through that whole contract.
You didn't know. Whoa. You asked me how much longer. I said for a long time. I didn't say 10 years. But I would be flabbergasted if he is not on that sideline the first year they're in Vegas.
Hugh Jackson with the Bengals now, by the way, Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, he's the special assistant to the traveling general manager. Yeah. He's like Costanza.
It's like Dwight in The Office.
My God. You know what? Dude, being an NFL coach is the best. Because even if you suck, you got so many boys in that fraternity. And all it is boys hooking up boys. Like, everyone just hires their friend.
Well, they fired Terrell Austin. Now they bring in Hugh Jackson to basically run the defense.
As the special assistant to the head coach. What do? Grab the coffee?
Yeah, it sounds like he'll mainly be working with the defense.
Fury touchdown.
How's Hugh Jackson going to work with the defense? He's an offensive coordinator.
That's the quote today said that he was going to be helping him with the defensive game plans or something.
Yeah, you know what that means? Dude needs a job and Christmas is coming up.
They got 2 games against the Browns.
Oh, the intel, huh? Okay.
Double box.
All right, different category here for the Blitz this week. There were bold off-season takes. And I saw one about the Giants, and I said, you know what? Let's just roll with this for you just because these are interesting. Bold off-season takes from ESPN.
Why did they do that last night?
Yeah,
why did they do that?
They were talking about Eli's comebacks just now on ESPN.
I woke up this morning and saw that Eli led them down the field to win the game. I'm going, no. Like, literally, Dave Gettleman should have come down from the luxury suite and tripped him. Like that LSU Ole Miss game with Billy Cannon in the 60s. Just, you can't win that game. You got to lose. We need a quarterback.
Well, speaking of that, some of these takes right here might sound like they're on the crazy meter, but tell me if you think that, could you see these happening? Teddy Bridgewater will sign with the Giants.
I would be fully erect. It would be amazing. I love Teddy touchdown. He's a perfect place setter. And you know what? If the Giants don't get a quarterback in the draft that they love and they go a different direction, I'm totally comfortable having Teddy Bridgewater as that bridge to the next young guy. Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
Could you see this one?
Only if he wore those sweet white Tackham gloves that he wore with the Vikes.
Yep.
He looked like Michael Jackson out there. It was awesome.
Could you see this one? Le'Veon Bell next season, this offseason, will sign with the Texans.
Sure, but I'd rather see him go to the Ravens.
No!
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, because that rivalry is one of the only ones left in sports. Ravens-Steelers, that would be the revenge tour.
No. The revenge tour is Michigan. That is, that's only
my
Michigan.
fault. Yeah, listen, Mike, I laugh when people don't think there's going to be suitors. Now, how much money, that's a different argument.
And the last bold one here. Drew Brees and Tom Brady announced they'll both return for 2019. Do you see that happening?
No. Because I think Brees is going to win the Super Bowl.
And he'll hang it up, you think?
Yep. I think he's done. Brady
will be back.
I think Brady's going to play until he looks like Grandpa Simpson, and they wheel him out there. Like, I just, when I watch Brady play, like when he played here and when he played against Tennessee this Sunday, it makes me sad. He's the GOAT, and I don't want to see Brady start looking like Jordan on the Wizards. And I just feel like he's never going to give it up because he's got that voodoo doctor telling him that you've got the body of a 23-year-old.
Let me give you one bonus point here.
Sure.
This is something that ESPN just posted about. Something to keep an eye on. That Mexico City game's coming up on Monday.
Did you see the field?
Yeah. So Adam Schefter just reported that there are players from the Chiefs and the Rams who are now strongly considering not playing in Monday's game. It's, quote, here's a quote from a random player, "It's not fair to risk our health."
No, it's
something
not.
to keep an eye on.
I mean, God forbid you go out on that field, anybody gets hurt. But imagine the catastrophe within the NFL when it's, Mahomes blowing his knee out because they're playing on a field that's worse than my backyard. Like, enough. This is where players need to stand together and all 106 guys on the active roster go, we're not playing. I wouldn't get on the plane from Mexico City. The whole thing is nonsense. The whole thing. You want us to bring our product to you, then get your ass in gear. Get your stadium together. I saw that field. I couldn't believe it. Looked like a part of the Detroit riverfront. Like the old tire factory. Mike Valenti here, Precision Jewelers.